Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do the last volume of Green Lantern Dragon Lords, issue 303 from DC Comics, written by one of probably my favorite writer, Doug Moench. I don't know how you say it. Paul GULACY and Joseph RUBINSTEIN as the inker. This is basically a love story, you know, in medieval, is it ancient China, medieval China, ancient China probably. So we have a lot to talk about. Let's dive in right away. So it seems that our hero Jong Li is now traveling into this Dragon Mountain to clear this mountain of the evil that's within, you know, so that he can commune with the Dragon Lords and be worthy to, you know, basically get a pass or clearance to tackle on the, you know, the emperor that is, you know, holding this village and the surrounding land hostage with his tyranny, if you will. The art of Paul GULACY is fantastic. I only missed this kung fu shout like "Aiyah!" or something like that. Even the sound of go, yeah, like that. I'm not sure why I did that. It's just I had that in my mind. Anyway, so yeah, he's freeing the captives, right? And these people says more torture. He says, no, you will not be harmed. You will not be sold. You are free. That it's a miracle. The writing is spot on. So this emperor is telling his general that, you know, he's basically the evil guy here because he's the typical villain, a great villain, by the way. And he says that these people have returned and they have not found the Green Lantern, or Jong Li have not found his concubine, has not found the Green Lantern and the magic ring. So the emperor says, execute them all in free. Execute them shall all free in the full view of the next departing assassins. As you wish, Emperor. Their spike heads will be on display by dusk. So meanwhile, more battling, more kung fu. Well, more, it's not really kung fu. I mean, it's not really martial arts. Although he can do martial arts, right? But he's also a great sword fighter and can defend himself because he's a monk, right? So, and this is the Dragon Mountain, and he needs to ascend that. But he didn't. You is going to use his Green Lantern because he feels then that he's being dependent on this ring, so he didn't charge it. But then Jade Moon, who is basically his lover, in his sleep, spoiler, how do you say, charged the ring without his knowledge. So, but so he goes in, and you know, more people are coming here to kill him, and then he uses the fire to throws that fire torch, throws it to this explosive powder, and it looks great. So, and then he climbs on top, and he says, "My goals is within reach. Light, the summit, it is done. The mountain conquered." I just love this shot here. You know, throwing his hands in the air, lifting his head, and now climbs from the inside out. I have attained the peak. The winds lift my hair. The vantage is glorious, and heaven is mine. And he calls out to the Dragon Lords, and he says to the Dragon Lords that the enemies is vanquished, and that they can now descend and, you know, enter the mountain again with their glory, or something like that, right? He says, it is safe now, safe for you to return and to crown this mountain with your ancient glory. Aha, I was right, because I forgot that part. Yes, the last dragons has gathered. I can feel them, right? It's so cool. And then there are dragons spitting flame in his face, but instead of burning him, it's cleansing the sins of his past. You know, purifying his soul, filling my heart with the springs, forging my will to their justice, and searing my soul with their grace. At last I am worthy. At last I am blessed. I love it. And after the fire comes the rain. brought down from heaven by the returning dragons to wash away my unworthy past and to harden my newly annealed spirit. The vision has faded, but the supreme power of the Dragon Lords remains. I can feel it filling the sky, and more, filling me. I have received their strength, their redemption, and their higher authority. Oh man, I love his writing, right? Dark Moon can really step into this ancient world and depict how words were spoken back in the day, presumably, right? And make you feel that the words that they are saying is actually true. And that's a feat that's the sign of a very, very good writer. And the rain fades, and what? The green magic, but it's not possible. The ring, it should be empty by now. Dreamed of power. So his master comes and explains what happened, what Jade Moon has done, right? And so he says, what is your answer? Oh, wait a minute, I already established that. So, you have defeated evil by choosing not to employ the ring's power, by freeing and communing with the spirits of the Dragon Lords. And now that you are worthy of the ring's vast energy, you must use it against the far greater in the Forbidden City. But then the power drains, and now he sleeps on top of this mountain. It's just, I don't know, it's just so great. I'm very impressed with this rendition. I mean, I thought this was an Elseworlds, but it probably is, but normally it would says here Elseworlds, but I don't know. Maybe he is true. The first Green Lantern, but the aliens look different, so no. Meanwhile, in this ravaged village, the Emperor's soldiers are coming, looking for Jong Li, and Jade Moon is seeing that, and so she sneaks away and bringing the Green Lantern with him while he is descending from the top. But then the evil man has found him, right? And he is now powerless because, well, the ring is drained. Was I wrong? Was heaven's messenger wrong to choose me? After all I have done, is it my destiny merely to die, rather to redeem this land? But then Jong Li comes from out, from the forest, and she runs towards him. And he says, no, stop, go back, Jade Moon, into the safety of the forest before the soldiers can. But then it's already too late because she's running towards him and she says, you are the last hope, Jong Li, and I will not let you die. Our love is great, but the people's cause is greater, and your destiny greatest of all. No, Jade Moon, your life is greater, more precious to me than anything. But she says, there must be no more suffering. The people must be protected. The Emperor's evil must be stopped. And they are, aiming, and then, oh no, she's been hitting in the back. And look at this. This angle looks so cool. Like it's 3D, like it's actually shooting at the reader. It's great stuff. So poor Jade Moon has been hit in the back, and he picks up the Green Lantern, and he screams, and they're stopping. All I ever wanted, Jade Moon, was to be worthy of you. And she's still alive. Not the lantern, not the ring, not the power, just you. And he has tears in his eyes. And so he's charging up the power, and he's, talking to these soldiers about vengeance, but, stuff like that. In her name, I promise to use this power to prevent the slaying of beauty and the corruption of love. I vow to spare the hearts of others from feeling what I now feel, the loss of all feelings. From this moment on, in darkness or light, I shall use this power with all my will to change the world. Great stuff. He says, kill them! And then he uses the power to deflect the arrows, using them against his attackers. Looks fantastic, right? And even conjures up a dragon, from the ground. And he does that in honor to those who have empowered me to shape light. Looking fantastic. And I'm just marveling at the great art and the way the story has been told. The flow of the story is very well done. So she talks about finding her son, And in the last issue, he lied, because he talked about the son, but he did meet his son earlier, and he thinks that the son is now dead because he's just left him. So they are flying away. So they go to Han City and calling for doctors to care for her. And he says, the rest follow me to the Forbidden City and the Emperor's downfall. So they are attacking the citadel. Is that how you say it? Or the castle, probably. And he's using even the classic fist, right? Well, he's eating beetles. I love that word. And so it's come true. He says, such evil must be shattered in pieces forever blown on the winds. It is true, the Green Lantern's ring, it truly wields magic, and the magic has invaded my very courtyard. Using even a battering ram or a ram, right? And then, these angry people are just, crazy, and they are going at the soldiers, right? Because they are fed up with the corruption and all that stuff. And so the Emperor wants to flee, but then I believe General Sean or whatever, what's his name is? Yeah, Sean. He says, flee like a cowardly dog or die like a true emperor. And he wants to run away. I have loathed the sound of your voice since the first command I heard you speak. You are a fat, squealing pig, fit only to be stuck. And you should have been stuck long ago, pig emperor. But it's only now that you can offer me nothing, only now that I have nothing to lose. Right? Because his life was also in danger if he didn't, bring Jong Li to the emperor, right? And then his life will be forfeit as well. But then Jong Li comes. In the next moments, General Shan, you will feel what Jade Moon feels. Great pain. No doubt this is true, miracle worker, since you wield the advantage of a natural power. Jade Moon was unarmed, Shan, and when she was struck down from the safe difference of 100 arrows. So he throws his magic ring away, and they are, going attack each other. And I love the anger in both eyes. It's just so well done. I repeat that line a lot, but now we have great action. And so yeah, you see this great panels, and he's do this super cool kung fu kick in his face, right? I just looks so cool. Jade Moon is my life. Her eyes are my reason for seeing. Her faith is my strength. Her smile is my joy, and her sacrifice, Sean, is my path to justice. And he throws his spear in his arm, and he says, you hear me, Sean? Jade Moon is my life, and her pain is your death. That's a fitting end for the Emperor and the General. Really cool, well done. Great muscle lines here. It's just, the Paul Gulacy's anatomy is fantastic. You should check out this work on the Terminator. I did a review on that. I mean, the Terminator actually comics made me realize who Paul Gulacy actually was, and that was the point that I just looked out for his work, and I'm just getting more and more of his work, and I love every page of what he's drawing. So then he's using the power of the lantern because the soldiers are coming in, and they say, well, the general is dead, the emperor is dead, and now we need to kill him. But then he uses the power to defeat the evil man, and then he comes in the courtyard and he says, stop, no more. This day, dark power has been banished by the greater glory of light. So then he asked the people, what do you desire from this reversal? Vengeance. And you, blood. You, torture, then execution. I too feel the same, but it is because of my heart has been scored off all mercy. Is there anyone here who desires something other than vengeance? Me, the return of stolen wealth. Yes, every coin of enforced tribute. Strip the royal treasure bare. And he says, is there no one? And then someone stepped forwards, and it's the son of Jade Moon. And he says, I want no more suffering, no more blood. I want peace, great hero, and harmony. Your birthmark, a crescent, like the moon, the same mark shared by his mother. And then he basically says what he actually wants, stop the suffering and, sharing the wealth of this what the emperor has in his vaults to all the people. And therefore he is now crowned as the new emperor which is, okay, that's probably not how it actually goes, but you know, this comics after all. So that's probably my only criticism of this book, that is, you know, this child has no training how to be an emperor, but you know, he can be taught. But he has a good heart, and that's the message of this comic, I guess. So meanwhile, he's just fleeing back, and the healer says they can do nothing for her anymore. And he says, I knew you would return, but my son, he has saved Jade Moon, and he's the new emperor. Then this is some sweet dream. It is real, Jade Moon. Take me to its end, Jong Li. Take me to our enchanted glade. We have returned, Jade Moon, to the place where our love began, where the sweet dream began, Jong Li, and where it will now end, with the same love. What I feel for you can never end. Then bind it to my love now, and keep the two alive as one, as I am after I'm gone. Protect my son, Jong Li, and be a hero to all the people. You are the world's last dragon. Be good, be great. And she dies. And then he is, you know, making a pyre of a body, and, you know, just laying her body to rest. Probably that's the best word, right? And then we see this dragon, rising from the flames to the heavens. Her spirit lifted by the flames will soon be free with the luxury of heaven, leaving me with the honor to honor her wishes for the rest of my days. And so I rise up through the smoke of my loved one's soul, like dragon lords, following the path of the world's energy, empowered to ease suffering wherever it's felt, to protect innocence wherever it's endangered, and to oppose evil wherever it wrongly rules. The end. Wow, what a great ending. I felt actually a little bit bad for Jong Li, you know, losing Jade Moon. You know, I had hope for a happy ending. I never had that in comics, basically, you know, rooting to, you know, have a happy ending, because, you know, it's comics. What do I care? This comic is so well written that I'm actually rooting for the good guys to win. And he did win, but also he lost something very precious, something very important. So yeah, great comic. Guys, let me know what you think about this comic. And yeah, have a great day. And I'll see you on the next one.